From Rixie, this is Debuff, and I'm your host, Steve Skeels.
All right, welcome back to the pod, fam.
Welcome back to Debuff.
How's it going?
Doing all right. How are you?
Horrible.
Yeah.
No. Sorry, bud.
Mason's
I just dripped on myself too.
recovering.
I had food poisoning yesterday. If I look thinner, that's why. If I have like a better cheek ratio, whatever it's called, cheek line. Wow.
Well, expel all that water. You know what I'm saying?
Because of that. It's as bad as you think it is. It is horrible.
I'm sorry, bud.
So
Yeah, I've never really had.
if we end up cutting this short, it's because like I either need to throw up, I need to go boom boom, or both.
Boom, boom.
I never heard it called that, bro.
Yeah.
If I got to make caca, then that's why.
Right
No,
on. All right. Well, we'll see how it comes out. You know what I'm saying?
So it's Monday, the day after the Xbox Bethesda situation.
Yeah, most of E3's like done at this point, but
And we kind of predicted some things. One of them was like a little tiny teaser of Starfield.
Fallout 76 and Elder Scrolls Online, they really pushing those games. Which, I mean, dude, I really want to like Fallout 76, and I really want to like Elder Scrolls Online. I have a hard time liking them, but
I just don't really care to play MMOs much anymore. I know that's like a thing for people, but I don't know. It's just a lot of commitment.
I'd like to get into Elder Scrolls, but online, but I don't know. It feels like a big commitment.
it's a lot,
Yeah.
man. I mean, like, you got to walk for so long if you don't have a mount, and you got to walk for a very long time.
To
And
find
every
shit. Is there
single
fast
time-
traveling?
I think, yeah, you can fast travel. But every time I've been going somewhere, it's like 40 people stop me and are like, hey, man, you want to help me with this?
I mean, that's what MMOs just
Yeah.
are, basically.
Are they quests or are they like
They're quests.
users?
No, they're quests.
They're quests.
Which, I mean, there's a lot of content there, but I don't know, man. I just feel like it's almost overwhelming to join now when there's like 40 expansions. And to buy it all
For
is a lot
sure.
of money. Like, you get the game for like $20 and you can play in Morrowind, but then you want to go to fucking Skyrim or
It's like $20 each for each expansion.
I don't know how
It's probably
much
expensive, but
does it cost.
We called
for
Starfield.
all?
I was very underwhelmed by the teaser.
I
I
mean,
feel like
Of what game?
of Stallfield.
Oh yeah, well,
I just feel like that just all it does is set the tone. I mean, again, we haven't seen anything other than like basically the title up until yesterday.
go ahead. Sorry.
So I just think that I'm not surprised they didn't show gameplay, given that it's coming out next November. But I feel like it was a little bit weird just to do that. And I mean, if they show another cinematic, I'll be bummed out. I mean, they said it was in game, like in
That cheese
engine
sandwich should
footage.
look good,
Yeah,
though.
but
Yeah,
I'm gonna say, imagine if was it 3 years ago they showed that like just that 2 seconds of the logo. Was that 3 years ago?
we talked about this last week. I don't remember. I think it was 3.
Yeah, it was 3 years
Yeah.
ago.
Imagine then they were like 2022. It's like, why are you showing us that is half a decade from now.
Yeah. Again, it's for investors to know they're working on stuff, and
It's fucking,
I mean,
dude. They need to hurry the fuck up. I'm
companies
sorry.
are sometimes really bad with that. Sometimes they're good with it. To be fair, like Bethesda's last big game was like Fallout 4, right? I mean, of their single player.
Yeah, and that was 2015, I think.
But when they announced that game, it came out like six months after.
Yeah.
So I feel like they did that and everyone was hype, and now it's like, oh, announced the game 4 years early. I mean, that's cool, I guess, but
I get the same vibe with the fact that GTA 5 is over. I think it's almost 10 years old now. I think it was 2013
Yeah, I mean,
or...
dude,
And it's like, I get that they're like stacking fucking money from GTA 5, but like, it's time. It's time for another game.
yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I know you guys are working on other things, but like, I was in, I think, freshman year of college
Yeah,
when GTA 5 came out, and like, I'm gonna be 30 in a couple years. Like, It's time.
Yeah, I mean,
Rockstar is dumb as shit in my
yeah,
opinion.
but at least they
I
put out
don't
like Red
get
Dead.
it.
That's all.
That's true. Yeah, okay. I mean, but even that, like,
Yeah, but people have been playing Grand Theft Auto 5 like religiously since it came out.
Yeah,
I know, and I think that they've done a lot for DLC, and they've given like
it's
the
all about
online.
the shark cards, bro.
It's just, dude, I don't know, man.
Yeah, well-
I wish they would stop banking on like, well, we're gonna do this game for fucking 10 years. Like, it's like,
I mean, games take a long
Stop.
time to make. It's just, would we have been more bummed if we didn't know Starfield was coming out until now? They didn't say anything about Elder Scrolls 6, and we'd just be sitting here like, what the fuck are you doing, Bethesda? That it's unfair, but I feel like that's why they did it, because otherwise everyone would be like, oh, all you've been doing is Fallout 76.
let me ask you this: in 2011, when Skyrim came out, how would you have felt if they said, we're not going to make another game for over 12 years?
I mean, they made Fallout 4,
It's
though.
its 10-year anniversary though. Well, I mean, I guess I see what you're saying in the adding the future into
We're not
that.
getting it in 2022.
No, I mean, Elder Scrolls 6 is coming out in like 2027.
I'd rather wait another 10 years for it to be an amazing game than to have it rushed and be shitty. And I feel like that most people probably feel that way. And I mean, I know it's going to be full of bugs and I know there's going to be some weird shit with the game, but I'd rather it be a fucking good game than them just slap fucking a new skin on the same engine.
I agree, but I just feel like it's been a little bit too long.
No, I understand the time frame between
Yeah.
Skyrim and 6 is going to be way longer
Because they're a
than any of the
huge
others.
company, and I feel like they have a ton of resources, especially now. And so I don't know. Maybe I'm just being a little butthurt.
No, I just feel like
That's just how I feel. I mean, I just feel
Well,
like
stop it.
it's taking a little too long.
I agree. I just feel like, again, games take a while to make. It's a joke now that they've put it on Skyrim on everything, but it's not like they've been doing nothing. It just feels that way because
Yeah.
the only, game you were probably really looking forward to is Elder Scrolls. I mean, Starfield, but I don't know. We'll see. They publish a lot of games too. I'm sure some of their people go and work with all these other companies that are under ZeniMax and things. So,
Well,
let-
regardless, yeah, we don't need to stay on that forever. I wanted to talk about the Switch for a second because I picked it up this week.
What'd you play?
So I downloaded the demo of Game Builder Garage. Did you try it at all?
I didn't
No.
have time. I thought about it after you said you were, but
The demo was interesting. The way they started it was really smart. So the way it is, if you haven't downloaded it or tried it, essentially what the game is like a game builder. Pretty simple.
Garage, yeah.
Garage, in the garage. You start and it's like jump to the platform to get the apple. And it's like move with the left joystick and jump with B. And you go and you can't, the B button doesn't work. And I was like, dude, is my fucking controller dead? And I was like fucking with the controller. And it's like, hey, is the B button not working? Well, let's fix it. And I was like, damn, that was pretty smart. I was like, that was a cool way to start.
Yeah, that's funny.
Because
That
you're
is
like,
pretty
oh,
cool.
okay. Because you have to fiddle around for a few seconds before it actually prompts you. But I did some research and, dude, I really think they're falling short with their discovery of like other people's games. The only way that you can try other people's games is if you get their codes. It's like going to someone's island on
Yeah.
Animal Crossing.
Well,
You
I mean, I
need
feel like you
codes.
could go to Reddit and find.
You
Yeah.
probably could, but it's not. But I feel like they really lost an opportunity to be
It's
like
because-
Dreams or be like Super Mario
Yeah,
Maker.
But Nintendo's
or,
never going to do that because they don't want people putting like boobies in their fucking games. Like
I know, but like
Mario
what about
Maker
Mario?
had
You
a
could
thing where you could
make
see like
pixelated
top
boobies.
levels. Well,
I'm just saying, I found that
Yeah.
out and I didn't buy it.
Game Builder Garage IDs only 177 members right now, but these
yeah.
are all.
I'm sure people will
Only
be
2
posting.
levels. You should try them out. Ultimate Troll made a piano game.
It'll be all over Twitter and stuff. I agree with you. They should have some kind of
Like even
storefront
like
thing.
a best of or like try out these 100 games at random
Yeah, I mean top games and then like most
that
popular.
they can actually monitor.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, to be fair, I think Sean's partially right, but also it's just Nintendo like never seems to do anything the way you would think they would. So I don't know. It sucks, but I feel like
Yeah.
I'm not really surprised.
I was sad because I was like, I don't really want to buy it if there's not like a way for me to search
Yeah.
like kind of the way Roblox is, where it's like you can play a million different games. All you have to do is search for it.
Yeah.
And so I was kind of sad about that.
There's no way to even like.
There's
There's no browsing. It's just the code.
It's just like input a code.
Yeah, that's weak. But again, I feel.
I
like
don't know.
I'm
I
not
just
that
feel like they're
surprised.
losing. They're messing up a big opportunity. But regardless, another thing that happened. When I was on the Switch. There's been this really bad download bug. Have you guys seen this? Heard about it?
No.
No,
Apparently, there was a system update. I guess in the past couple weeks, and
they removed it.
when you download things, they just error. And the only way, there's no patch for it, there's no fix for it. The only way that people have been getting by is just spamming download, like just restarting.
I've not had that problem.
Yeah,
I
Yeah,
just
well,
downloaded
I've had
two-
it all week.
I just downloaded 2 games on Saturday.
I downloaded a few of my like other games, and I bought another game, and like,
Oh, were you putting them on your SD card?
no, this is before I had it,
Well, I don't know that.
and
That's
I-
weird.
I googled it, and it was like, yeah, there's some sort of bug.
That's fucked.
So if
I didn't know that.
if you're trying to download games right now on Switch, good luck, because the only fix that I've seen is just restarting it. Like sometimes if you do it like 5 or 7 times, like it'll actually download. But I was having that problem because do you guys remember the game that Funhouse played, Golf with Your Friends?
Yeah.
Yeah, Golf with Friends.
It's on
I've-
Switch now.
Oh, I have it on PC.
Yeah, and I thought that would be fun for us to play at some point, but
That game is.
it's fucking
Fucking
hard.
we got to
yeah.
get some sort of way to play games.
Dude, it is really
I've
fucking
been
hard.
said that.
Yeah.
The only problem that is that like if you play multiplayer local, you just have to pass the controller, which sucks.
Yeah, that's weird, but
And like there's an online function, but nobody's playing online. So it's like this is kind of a waste of a purchase because if I want to play with anybody else, like they have to buy it too.
I wonder how that if it'll be. I don't remember. I've only played it a couple times on PC, but I know there's like custom made levels and stuff you can download. I wonder if they'll have that on the.
They had
Switch or not.
they seem to have a lot of courses, like maybe 12, I think, maybe more.
I just remember playing
It
some
is
fucked
so
levels.
hard.
Yeah.
Like I consider myself to be like a low-key aficionado of golf games, and it is fucking difficult.
Yeah. I mean, don't you get the fucked balls too? Like different.
You can do
shapes and
that.
stuff?
I haven't tried that yet.
That's
but
what we did, and it's just ridiculous.
all I remember is the Funhouse.
Yeah.
Like I've watched those series of videos of like golf with your friends or golf with whatever it is, putt games, through and through, like probably 6 times each, just because they're so funny. I
Yeah.
don't know. I loved those videos. That was like one of the first times I remember seeing Funhouse. Sean was like, "Yo, I watch Funhouse. They're the same guys. They're with Rooster Teeth, like Cow Chop." And I was like, "Oh, that's cool." And I remember watching those and just loving them.
Yeah,
But-
rip Funhouse.
R.I.P. old Funhouse.
Yeah.
I have 2 other things.
Just,
They're really quickly.
You
just
do it,
go,
man.
quick
go for
things.
it, man.
So I saw this photo on Reddit, and I'll put it on screen. It was just like a joke YouTube thumbnail for Kitchen Nightmares.
I'll describe it for the listeners.
I'll show it to you in a second.
When the food is
I'm
not
the listener.
bussin', sad face, Kitchen Nightmares, 2.1 million views, and it's Gordon Ramsay, like hand on his eyes. Really,
Have you
upset
seen the
about
Kitchen
spaghetti
Nightmares?
behind him?
Yeah.
And it's like
The food is not
when
bussin'.
the food is not bussin'. I thought that was really funny.
That's great.
I'll put it on screen. Super
Classic-
small.
Classic Gordon.
And then this, I thought this was interesting. So I went to buy this cable. Maybe you can see it. I had to replace the cable that goes into our aux, and it actually didn't change
It's a
anything.
thick boy cable.
So it
too.
was a waste of money. But I went to B&H. B&H is like a really
Yeah.
well-known camera
Camera.
and photo and video.
Well, sometimes
store.
you can get like a switch from them for like random times.
And
They sell weird shit.
I think it was on Saturday or Sunday. And it said, can you
Check out is unavailable while we observe Shabbat.
They observe Shabbat. Isn't that crazy?
I mean, I think that's pretty progressive.
It's
of
pretty
them.
progressive, but like you can't fucking buy things on their website, like while they're observing Shabbat.
I mean, that's cool. I feel like that's so random just because it's like most holidays online storefronts still sell you shit. So that's kind of cool.
Yeah, you can
that
buy
they-
shit all the way up till Christmas.
It was the
basically.
first time where I was like, oh my gosh, that's like really interesting. I've never seen anybody do that. Just a little interesting tidbit. I thought that was.
Yeah, that's neat.
Yeah.
I was like, good for
No,
them.
Yeah, honestly, that is a pretty cool thing that they're doing. And I mean,
I love B&H. B&H, like if you are into cameras and shit, like like you can trust that you're gonna get good shit because they don't fuck around and they have like some cool storefronts.
the co-founders I think are Jewish.
That's
the
probably
founders
that's
are
probably
Jewish.
why. Probably has something to do with their
Hello. Yeah.
their BOD.
The business owner and many of the store employees are observant of Hasidic Jews. The store is closed on Shabbat, most Jewish holidays. Yeah, that's pretty interesting. I did not know that about B&H. And it stands for their names. B and H is
Who's B and
Herman
who's H?
and Blimey. I think
Blimey.
they're brothers. Schreiber. I don't know how to say the last name.
Cool.
Anyway, yeah, that's
I love
interesting. I did
B&H.
not know that.
B&H
You've
is the
mentioned them.
shit. B&H is
Never
to
come up in my
cameras
life.
as like Guitar Center is to musicians.
Yeah.
You know, like that's kind of how I feel.
No,
about
I mean, and like I said, you can get some really weird shit on there sometimes. Like, I don't know. I was searching for something, and I think when I was looking for one of the thermal laser
Guns.
guns
Yeah.
for taking temperatures of things on the surface area,
They were like B&H.
it was B&H. I ended up buying it from Newegg because it was cheaper.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's pretty.
Yeah.
Is that all you had?
That's all I have. I'm sweating a lot.
Yeah, it's pretty
You
hot
good,
in
bro?
here.
Drink up.
I think it's the the food poisoning.
Little tum tum. I was pretty happy with Bethesda and Microsoft's showcase at E3.
They've had the best one so far for
Yeah.
sure. We'll see about Nintendo tomorrow.
There was a
but
lot of good
excited.
games announced. I mean, they showed a little bit more of Halo Infinite, which was pretty cool. Forza Horizon 5 looks
real.
honestly incredible.
Dude,
They always
Forza
kill it.
4,
It's dude, they like mapped out with photos
Horizon.
of Mexico.
Mexico.
Dude,
in
it looks
Horizon, it looks
insane.
very fucking real.
Is it photogrammetry?
Yeah.
There were some shots where they would show like the landscape, and you're like, that looks real, and then the car would drive by, and you're like, okay, so it is the game.
Yeah, dude, it's weird.
That's how 4 Horizon was.
Dude,
I saw it.
yeah.
I started playing 4 a couple weeks ago, and it's fun. I don't love the open worldness as much as I liked in 3, where it was just like pick your car and race. Like,
I love open
Well,
world racing games.
So Horizon is the open world,
Yeah.
like Motorsport.
right.
So-
So I'm really excited for the next Forza Motorsport.
I don't
because
love racing games though, so I don't know that
the
I'm
last
even
one
gonna
I
get
think we got
Horizon.
was 3, dude. I don't think
mean-
there was a Forza Motorsport 4.
I
Was
don't
there?
know. I don't know. I just had Horizon.
Maybe that's I don't know.
3 was on the 360.
The thing about Forza is like the cars feel really heavy.
Dude,
Yeah.
it's
a
a
racing
very
sim.
realistic game.
Yeah, dude. I mean, Horizon 4 was cool because like not only did it look amazing on Xbox One, like the graphic design of the races and like it's all so clean.
Yeah. No, it was a very, very cool game. So 5 I'm pretty psyched for. 2042, I think I'm the only one at the table who's probably going to play it.
It looks great.
I'm not gonna
if it's
pick-
as good as the trailer looks.
I'm not gonna pay $70 for it when
Dude,
it comes out.
Did you watch?
70.
Well,
That's what the I don't know if it's
PlayStation
been
5
yeah.
copy is going to definitely be 70.
Dude, fuck all that.
I don't
Um,
know if it's not listed as on Game Pass yet, but they might
Yeah.
because they got the EA Play. But continue.
Did you watch? You probably didn't, but they released like a, I don't know, 128
Yeah,
people match
Damn.
in and it was like all footage from the game they were playing.
dude, it looks
And it-
insane.
Yeah, dude, honestly, one of the most insane looking. Like,
I saw the trailer. I did not see the gameplay trailer.
dude, the gameplay is honestly like, go watch it and come back to me and tell me that it doesn't look incredible. Like,
like graphically.
Both.
no, both. Like the gameplay looks like so much fun. Like they're on the top of this like fucking massive tower.
Well, that's what's crazy is they start and they're like shooting people in a firefight, and then they go up this elevator, and then they're like going through it's like a skyscraper, and they're on top of the skyscraper, and
yeah, you can see people fighting below you, and he just jumps off and starts like gliding, like He's got like a fucking
Oh,
glider suit.
That
dude.
was in the trailer.
I just feel like when we were watching, I turned to Sean. I'm like, dude, imagine you're doing this, and literally like all these people on the ground have no idea what the fuck's going on up there. There's 128 people.
you can just
Yeah.
pick people off.
But you could be fighting 10 people up on the skyscraper, and there's 118 other people
Yeah.
elsewhere. Like,
Yeah.
it's
Dude,
insane.
a 64 versus 64.
That's
you know,
what I was gonna say.
I know they
I
always
remember
have big
Battlefield
maps, but
like 1 or whatever the one where it was like World War II. It came out a few years ago.
I think 2. Battlefield 2.
That was
One of the best
that was
games
like
I think I've ever played.
36 on 36. It was a huge.
they
still
always
huge,
do big.
but
big
I don't think it
game,
was
but
64.
Dude, 2142 was pretty large too, and that I have a lot of nostalgia for that game, and I'm really sad they shut down the servers now that I have like a computer that I can feel like I can really run that game
It
on.
seems like
Solvos.
literally like 15 years old. Or
I know
something,
it's
though.
old as shit, but like there was an effort to revive it,
Oh
like
my
a
God.
fan made thing to like try and it was around for a little while, but no one's playing it anymore. So, I don't know. It's just such a neat idea that they had, 1942, 2142, now 2042, and it's like all along the same like almost 200 years of war, right? Like
Yeah.
Yeah,
which
that's
I mean
cool.
it's super in a way like realistic, like the world is always going to be at war, right? Like that's the world we live in. But what I don't like about most of like the Call of Duty or other Battlefield games are like it's too realistic for me because we're like, let's go fight and kill people in the Middle East.
Yeah,
like,
that look like they practice Islam.
yeah, and I feel like it's like
Dude, this is like clicking.
well,
Fuck
just
me, dude.
just turn a little volume
yeah,
down.
just take. Actually,
But yeah, I mean, like to me, that is like it's too realistic. Where 2142 was like mechs, 2042 looks like it's right before they figured out how to do mechs because there's giant tanks and jets still, but like you can fly around and a lot of the weapons look pretty cool. But I don't know, it's a little bit distanced from reality, which is what I appreciate about those games. But
Yeah, it looks cool. I don't know that I'm definitely not getting it for $60 or $70 because it's only multiplayer. There's no campaign.
yeah, well, that's what 2142 was, right? So
I'm just saying I'm not going to spend that much. If it's on sale or if it does come to Game Pass or something, I'd definitely
yeah,
try it
I'm
out,
gonna get
but-
it on launch.
I'm gonna watch that gameplay trailer.
It looks incredible, dude. If you want to talk about a game, I got one that I don't think he knows about that
Yeah.
I'm really excited
I've watched
to
a
say.
lot of them. I think you're gonna say whichever one it is, but keep going.
I don't know. I felt like there was a lot of stuff that I'm not like super interested in. So just while we're still talking about Microsoft's, I would say the end. I was really excited. I like Arcane Studios as one that's under ZeniMax. They make the Dishonored games and they made the new Prey, and they announced this game Redfall, which is like a 4-player open world
That
shooter.
did
I
look
guess
cool, but with vampires in the
Yeah.
future.
it's like
I
like
didn't see this one.
futuristic or more modern. At least it's not like Van Helsing hunting vampires. So it looks cool, and it was a cinematic trailer. It was long, and I feel like it set the tone and the idea of what it's going to be. But I just like what they do. They're always really good at making games with cool powers and not necessarily weapons in the case of Dishonored because there weren't like a ton, but their world design is always really cool where there's different ways to go about things and they don't want to just funnel you into having to take one path or build a character one way or whatever. There's normally it's like a puzzle on how to get through, like in Dishonored, your assassination targets or Prey, how any way you would progress. There's weird things you could do. And they've always been doing that. So I'm excited to see what they are going to do for like a co-op open world game where I don't know what the objective is going to be, but that could be really fun to get in with
Yeah,
people. And,
I did like that it wasn't just like a straight up like vampire game. It was
Yeah.
like futuristic. All of the people have powers.
Yeah.
Well,
it showed 2 of them did.
yeah, I don't
and
know
I
about the
read-
other 2.
I read the character like biographies, and it definitely the one girl that had like she had this weird like telekinesis thing where she made an elevator that would
Yeah.
like shoot you up. Anyways,
The other guy had like super sniper abilities with like a glowing white eye. But I mean, it looked different than enough for me to be interested than just like zombies or vampire
'Cause
slayer
they
type games.
I wanted to ask you guys, how do you feel about cinematic trailers? Because I feel like a lot of times they're really not confusing, but just like they throw you a little bit.
Dude. So
I just think
yes
about like
and
the
no.
Blizzard ones.
I think
And
that's.
it's
I
like
think
they're
there's
so
different.
far from what the game is
I think-
actually like.
I think there's different reasons to have them. When you're showing off a game, something like this, you get one. You show me a cinematic, you want to set the stage, you're not ready to show gameplay. That's cool. Next time you come out with a trailer, I'm going to be pissed if it's cinematic, if there's no gameplay, because you can keep doing that, and I'm just going to be bored with it until I see gameplay, right? I don't care.
It
But
just feels, yeah.
But what Blizzard does, especially for things like their World of Warcraft and stuff, is like, because World of Warcraft looks the way it does, they make
Yeah.
these trailers to show you like it is supposed to be this epic world.
But
And-
it's bled into like, you know, Battlefield and Redfall. It's
Well,
like,
no, but so Battlefield, the cinematic trailer came out, and then like 3 days later, they were showing footage.
I know that, but I'm just saying.
I hear what you're saying though. Like World of Warcraft, if you're going to show me a cinematic trailer and then I go and play the game and it looks, I mean, it's going to look nothing like that, but it's that same style of top down. It's really hard to shoot like.
I just think that's a different reason. They're not doing it to
It feels like
show a
false
new
advertising
game,
a little
but
bit.
I don't know.
It's not- I
Blizzard's
don't know
known
that
for doing this in a way to show their games, though. There's not a lot of studios that do what they do because with World of Warcraft, ongoing game, everyone knows they released those. Overwatch, they had this whole series of basically like shorts and cinematic things they would do to show the characters because it's just a first-person shooter, like co-op, PvP game. Like there's no real story you can put into that. They do these things because they want to build out their world and not just to show you false advertising for a game.
I also think you probably look at it from a film type perspective of a trailer, where a trailer that you're watching for a movie is all built off of the already put together footage of the movie, right? Like,
Which those have problems too.
yeah, no, I'm sure they do. But what I'm saying is, I think it's hard to hype your game up without that type of trailer. Like, if you were to just show me someone playing World of Warcraft, I don't think I'm going to be interested. Like, I don't like that game. I don't like the way it looks. I don't really like that style of gameplay. But if I saw a really cool trailer and it looked really interesting, I'm going to be more inclined to think that maybe I should check this game out.
Dude,
Yeah.
you know who does it bad? ESO.
Yeah.
Yeah, but again, I think it's one of those
They're
things
not,
where
they don't fucking look like that.
no,
the
but
game is actually really beautiful.
I'm not saying I'm not saying it looks bad. I'm just saying like
yeah, but I think again, it's
This
like
is
to build
not-
the world and stuff. Where
this
if
is
you
not in-game engine.
but if you showed
This is
so
CGI.
there's two different things that we're talking about. I think is one when you are showing off an unreleased game, like I'm saying, cinematic trailers. I think you get one, and then once you've shown gameplay, do another one for story or whatever. That's fine, but don't keep showing cinematics for years just because you don't have anything
Yeah.
yet.
Yeah.
You can shut up and just show us when you're ready. But for games that are already out or in DLC and stuff, like those games don't look cool to show a trailer of someone playing World of Warcraft and clicking a
Yeah.
million keys. Like,
I get that.
and I think it's just to show like the world that they want you to envision when it doesn't look like that in game.
I think that there is a time for it. I think Blizzard has made great use of it. But I also think that there's times where it's abused. When I think about Clash of Clans, I think about those mobile games where it looks like one thing and
let's
it's
not
not.
talk about those.
No,
'cause
but I'm
that's-
just saying. I mean, like that's when it gets abused.
yeah, but mobile games I think are a different crowd where they have to do that because they all look the same. Coming from someone
Yeah.
that does play some mobile games, like
Yeah, they're pay to play. I mean, it just I don't know. I see stuff like that, and I don't know. I just feel like personally, if they didn't do them, I would probably feel just the same. And maybe I'm saying that without knowing the other side, but like when I see the Starfield, that's a cinematic trailer. Can we agree on that?
yeah, I mean they said in engine, but yeah, it was no. I mean it's just a cinematic teaser of like what's going on.
Like it makes me like be like, okay, this is cool, but like this is not the final result. And so I just kind of feel like I'm not actually getting the full picture.
Yeah, and that's why I say I think you get one because they just want to show here we're doing stuff, we're working on it.
Yeah.
We're not ready to show gameplay. If in 6 months or next E3 they show another cinematic of Starfield, even if it's more than what we just saw, but there's no gameplay, especially if the game's coming out in 6 months. But anyways, like, I'd be like, okay, what the fuck? Like, yeah, you're not.
You know who did it well was Outer Worlds. Their first trailer was gameplay, and I fucking love them. They're
Well,
and their E3 shit was dope.
so let me just say real
Yeah,
quick.
go ahead.
I'm
done.
No, yeah, I understand where you're coming from, but I want to make one last point that I think part of it too comes from. It's weird now because back in the day, cutscenes were way better looking than the games were, and that was a whole selling point of you have cool cutscenes. Like you could show what you want the game to look like, but they didn't have the power to at the time, and those would be in game trailers and stuff all the time because they wanted to show. Not, Cloud from Final Fantasy VII looking like a chibi block, but
exactly
what they wanted him to look like. And I think it's similar with these cinematic trailers. They try to get that point across because now, we can still have cutscenes, but typically they're done like in-engine or a little better, not like drastically more realistic. And for games like we talked about, these MMOs or mobile games, they know their game doesn't look that cool. Even if you play the game, you're probably not going to get hyped watching them fight a new boss because it's the same shit. But that's all I'll say. Sean, I know you want to say it now because it sounds like Mason already knows.
Oh, what?
Outer Worlds 2, dude.
Outer Worlds 2.
Did you know that?
I saw the trailer and I loved it.
Dude, it was so funny. Like they did
they're so great.
It was funny. It was like 10 or 15 seconds into it. Danielle's like, why are they trying to be so self-aware? Like, what is this trailer of? And then it was Outer Worlds, and she's like, that makes sense. Okay,
yeah, dude. Honestly, I was like, when they first opened up to that world, I was like, there's no way. And I was like, what the fuck is this? Because it was very colorful, and I was like, that looks like... And I honestly thought Obsidian was going to be like, that's the end of that. Like, we're done with Outer Worlds.
Oh, really?
I thought they were not going to continue that franchise. I thought they were just going to scrap it. Because... I don't feel like it got enough recognition. Like that was a great fucking game, but there's people who are like, yeah, I never played it, and I'm like,
I think it's Obsidian's not like a huge studio though. Like they make good stuff for sure, but when that game came out, it did well, and like critics liked it. I had friends, anyone that was into Fallout, maybe came to it late, like you did, but Jake hit me up right when it came out, and he was like, in the military, and he's like, you tried Outer Worlds yet?
Yeah.
It's like Fallout, except space and not Fallout. And
dude, I didn't think you knew about it because you didn't say anything about it all day today. So
I kind of forgot about it.
Dude,
I was
honestly,
so sick yesterday.
That shit looked so good. There were a couple other games I was pretty excited about. That one is probably the one I'm the most pumped about.
Yeah, dude, you were fucking live tweeting.
I don't know.
yesterday.
You were like
Halo
blowing
Infinite.
up about Halo.
Halo Infinite looked really fucking good. Like, honestly.
Again, though, cinematic trailer.
No, that looked like it was
there's
actually
a little
what
bit
we
of
would be in the game. Cutscene, I understand. And then they showed the
Maybe.
multiplayer.
But
the
multiplayer was not.
I do want to say, I'm not sure because
Free to play.
Insider
they had
knowledge.
a lot of the shit where he would like throw a grenade and the energy sword like came right
that
back
was
to you. That
fucking
was
dope.
pretty cool.
The dude
I wonder if you can actually do that.
from you can. In the multiplayer there was like
you can?
a sword flying at him and he grabbed it in midair. Or you could use the grappling hook to pull a weapon towards you if you can.
Yeah.
Why do you think they did free to play?
Because
Get
that's
that money?
so like a lot of multiplayer games
Does Fortnite change the fucking game?
Well, but I also think like to a lot of people, it is a way to get them into the game if they didn't really care for Halo in the past. Their friends are like, I'm playing Halo Infinite. Oh, it's free. And dog, I mean, that shit's gonna be on Game Pass. To them, it's already free.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's
like
a
if
good point.
you're in the ecosystem and you like Halo, you're probably already paying for Game Pass. You'll get the campaign too, but your friends that don't have it, they're probably playing Halo Infinite, and you're like, dude, check out Game Pass. The campaign's free. If
It's
you get
smart.
Game Pass, not
See,
free,
I
but you
didn't
know what I'm
think.
saying?
I didn't really
Multiplayer?
think about Game
Well,
Pass because it's an exclusive.
Both of them are, I guess.
Yeah, well, you could say check out the multiplayer, and then if they like it, you'd be like, dude, you should play the campaign. You
Yeah.
get Game Pass. It's $1 to try, and then. So
Yeah.
I think that's kind of what they're going for. I'm sure they've said like cosmetics.
Dude,
and
I'm
stuff.
so impressed by their Game Pass lineup. Like the more and more
Well,
that you guys talk about it, and
Dude,
I just
it's crazy, dude.
like
they
I don't
got
even think they need
EA
to make a fucking box anymore. Like I'm seriously,
Well-
they are betting on Game Pass for the future.
There's two things I want to say.
We've talked about this, but
One, that was what I want to say. The best part about their presentation is before it started,
Dude.
they're like 30 games, 27 of them are on Game Pass, and I'm
And
like,
day one.
yeah.
I know, dude, it's
And
incredible.
They are looking at, like officially, they're looking at they're working with TV manufacturers to get like a Game Pass app built into smart TVs. They're probably going to be making
I
a
did
stick.
see something about that.
I saw a prototype of the stick.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, you did?
I
you can?
can.
Yeah. I heard that, I mean, a while ago, like last year, Phil Spencer said something about like that being
Phil
a
Spector.
potential. Yeah.
Yeah. There were a couple other games I was pretty excited about that Microsoft and Bethesda announced. Stalker 2.
It looks cool.
I never played the first one.
Stalker.
It seems like almost like a survival horror in a way game.
Yeah.
That is based around Chernobyl and like going
Tight.
in there, and it looks pretty cool. Back for Blood, which is basically Left 4 Dead, but they're never going to come out and say that.
It's the same team, though.
Yeah.
Or they say that.
They just don't have the rights to Left 4 Dead.
I think that's what it is.
Yeah.
Because I think Valve published
Mm-hmm.
Left 4 Dead.
Jack Sparrow
I
coming
didn't
to Sea of
see.
Thieves.
I just saw a tweet about it. That's kind of
Dude,
cool.
no, dude. Disney does not need more money, and I don't want them in any video game.
I know, but dude, Sea of Thieves is fucking dope.
I don't like it. I don't like it.
I think it's interesting that they did that. I think it's kind of dumb just because I feel like Pirates is kind of a dead brand right now.
Yeah.
But, whatever.
Well, I mean, it fits the shoe, you know.
Dude, sea shanties.
You
Yeah.
can't put fucking
Dude, it's so funny.
the Winter Soldier in
The Minnesota.
The Winter Soldier.
12 minutes. I don't know. Never heard about it. Never saw
looked
anything about
cool.
it. It looked kind of interesting. It's a guy who's stuck in like a 12-minute loop of his life trying to save his wife.
And it's got Daisy Ridley and
Is it Polnareff?
McAvoy as the
Yeah.
voice actors.
That's cool.
Yeah. Psychonauts 2. Dude, Party Animals.
yeah.
Okay,
It's
is this
a
from the
game
people
beast.
of Human Fall Flat?
no,
it's
it
Gang
looks like it,
Beasts.
but Beast of Rage is the game that it's like copying.
Gang
and I don't-
Beasts.
Dude, it's
Is that what it's called?
it's
Gang
copies.
Beasts. You're right. Beast of Rage is the donkey video.
What about Humans Fall
It's the
Flat?
same. I think they made Gang Beasts. I think this other company's making Party Animals.
Dude,
And
this
it's
is
a
like
straight up rip off.
It's a
No,
straight
no.
fucking rip.
But dude, honestly,
the way that the bodies are.
I'll probably play it.
Oh, I mean, I'll definitely play it, but it's a fucking rip off.
Are you
It's
you
not
sure?
made by the same company.
I don't think so.
It has to be, dude. Like
Maybe
I'm
it
pretty
is.
sure it
if
is,
I-
dude.
If I was
Dude, you
that
guys could be
company, I'd
right.
be
You
sending
guys could be right, and
I'm
I'm
like
wrong.
99% sure.
Party Animals,
Pody.
video game. It is made by
No, it says different.
Recreate Games and Gang Beasts.
This is Bone Loaf.
Game Yeeks.
Yeah, Bum Loaf and Coat Sync.
Weird.
So yeah, I think it's a straight rip of that game,
Dude,
but that's fine.
fuck
Like,
them for that.
I mean, yes, they could have came up with a better idea. They are cute little fuzzy animals, which I think makes it a little bit more appealing than Gang Beasts.
Yeah, I like
which
the
was-
little gorilla.
Yeah. So that game looks pretty cool.
Can I ask something about one of the games you just passed?
Which one?
Because I didn't-
Somerville
I didn't
or
play
Hades?
it. So I remember some time back, Steve,
Yeah.
when Hades came out.
Yeah, it's dope.
And when they showed this trailer at E3 for it, is it coming to Xbox Game
Yeah.
Pass? It was like Game of the Year for like 50 fucking different websites.
No, it's not on Game Pass, but it's
Okay.
going to come to the Xbox.
Can you explain to me quickly why it is such a good game? Because you played it, right?
Yeah, so I'm going to try
Like,
to
why
be quick,
is it fucking Game of the Year?
So Supergiant is known for really good indie games. They always have been making good ones.
What I know another game that they made?
I really like Transistor. They made Bastion, which was like when we were in maybe middle or high school. It was probably like one of the first real games on Xbox Arcade that you would have seen. Like, remember
I've never heard of any of these games.
Pyre is another one. Anyways, they make good games that are like very story driven. Hades is a roguelike, which people enjoy. I like. I've brought that up. But it's good for two reasons. One, the combat's really fun, including like all the weapons. And the upgrade systems you get for the combat are cool. But two is, and this is not like normal for a lot of roguelikes, is the story is actually there and cool. And you're Zagreus, like Hades' son, trying to escape what's hell, I forget there. The underworld, whatever
Yeah, I
the
don't
fuck.
know.
And you're trying to get out and go find your mom or whatever is the main story beat that starts it. But as you die, you're just sent back because it's underworld, you're a god, you're not dying, you're just going back. So there's like a story to it, and the characters you encounter and the relationships you build progress throughout. And like you might die and come back, and the same guy that's in the hub world will say something different to you about what just happened to you or how far you've been making it and things. And it's just really interesting. I think the loop of it is just really good.
Yeah.
Like the combat's
A lot
fun,
of
and
people
there's-
say it's good, man.
So you think it's deserved of all those awards?
I mean, I think, everyone's opinion on Game of the Year and stuff is different.
I felt like it was like accoladed the fuck out.
It was probably the best like indie game I played last year, and I know that's a fucked up like phrasing because nowadays like indie doesn't really mean like that much. But last year I played The Last of Us Part 2 and Final Fantasy VII Remake and Ghost of Tsushima, so it wasn't my game of the year, but it's really good, and I can understand why people love it.
Okay, I was just curious because I saw all those.
Yeah,
The only other one I really thought like looked crazy good was Atomic Heart. That one seemed
it looks cool.
It was like really super futuristic, like
Yeah,
almost Fallout type game. Which a lot of the enemies looked really fucking insane.
Yeah, I have no idea really like what's going on.
Yeah, I
It
mean,
looks
I
cool.
want to see more of it, but what I saw looked really cool. Among Us for Xbox,
15 player,
15 player, dude, that's pretty dope.
3 Impostal.
And then The Ascent, which was like a cyberpunk type.
Yeah, that
looking
was
game.
a quick one.
Yeah,
Yeah, they didn't show much about that.
Flight Sim.
Yeah, that Flight Simulator's getting a Tom Cruise expansion.
Oh, it is.
It's getting a
Top
Top
Gun.
Gun expansion.
Dude, fuck off.
Yeah.
whatever, man.
Top Gun Maverick. Didn't we see
Dude,
that in the
yeah,
fucking?
dude, that's exactly why
Sean thought of
I
it.
was like, dude, that's fucking Top Gun. And Danielle and Steve were both like, no, it's
No.
not.
I
And
just
at
thought
the
it
end
was like jets.
Microsoft Flight Simulator, Top Gun Maverick.
Dude,
And I was like, God damn it, dude.
isn't Tom Cruise like 5'4",
Dude,
Yeah.
and his like teeth are like not centered?
he's an idiot.
I don't know. I feel like are there any other games from theirs that you
No, I mean, I kind of want to talk a little bit about Square Enix. They
Yeah,
didn't really announce anything I was interested in. I think you might disagree with me on that. People have been ripping them a new shithole about the fucking character in Paradise. What is it called?
I don't know, the Final Fantasy Origins game?
Yeah, and dude, because they were like,
Well,
Oh, the white guy.
yeah, dude, he's like straight up. Someone was like, it's cool because you'll group up with 3 other people and their character names will be invariably
Stranger
stuff
of
like
Paradise.
Lilith, Flameweaver, Ryoko Inuyasha, and Pinball Greg. and it's fucking the guy in the middle, dude.
You sent me that
It's just
tweet.
like a straight up white guy with a fucking like half button down shirt. It's so funny to me.
well,
he
I
looks out
want
of
to continue to make the statement that when Japan makes things, they don't like constantly go and make these characters in depiction of being white or
No,
Asian.
I
but
do enjoy that they have a black main character, a white guy, and then
Maybe a non-binary female.
and it's not a
think it's-
female, it's a dude.
Oh, okay, well, non-binary.
Well, we don't
pal.
know. We don't know its
Yeah,
gender yet.
Someone.
Regardless,
Not to gender.
They seem like a good group. It was Stranger of Paradise. That's what the game was called. Final Fantasy Origins Stranger of Paradise. I mean, there's one screenshot that's been circulating on Twitter where he's choking Chaos. the Pinball Greg is choking Chaos, who's got like a full suit of armor on, and he's like, they're like, how the fuck is he getting choked out wearing that fucking armor?
well, I don't think armor typically was like
that his
super
real
strong
name?
around the
No, it was
Okay,
just
I saw it in
joking.
the tweet, but
Well, look, so let's just circle back real quick. You didn't watch the Square Enix thing at all, I'm guessing. They spent the first like 20 minutes showing off a Guardians of the Galaxy game, which looks kind of cool, but if you don't care about Guardians like Sean doesn't, like
that seems
Yeah.
like such a weird franchise.
It was
I mean-
straight up 20 minutes, dude. It was
Yeah.
half of their show was that one game.
yeah. So,
It was trending.
I mean, I think it looks cool, and I mean, it's just a group of ragtag homies, and it looks kind of cool. There's like, you play a Star-Lord, you get to command the other guys to do stuff. When you get to different like critical moments in the story to make decisions, you can choose like what the team should do, and it'll change the story out. So what they show is like trying to go in, I don't know, get money or whatever, and they're saying the idea gets brought up. Groot volunteers to the way he talks to everybody. Groot brings up they could sell him, and then they're like, okay, we could sell him and break him out, and then Rocket's like, no, don't, that's fucked up. We're not going to sell Groot. And then you could be like, well, we could sell Rocket because he's a monster. And,
Yeah.
And you go through like, and it shows multiple times like you pick to do that, and then you're about to go in, and they're like, last chance, do we want to do this or? And it would play out differently. So I think it's kind of cool.
I do like that for the sense of replayability. Like you could make decisions one way and then play the game and see if it really does have a different like storyline that goes along with it. I would hope that they really did dig their teeth into that and actually make a different storyline you could follow. You know, a lot of games can do that where it's like you make a choice, but no matter what, you end up at the same place, which I feel like they'll probably do with this game, but you know, maybe the dialogue would be interesting. I'm not a big, you know, superhero guy or Marvel or DC or anything like that, but
yeah, well, I don't know. I think it looks cool, but they spent, again, half the show on that. They showed off like some mobile games, showed off a game, Babylon's Fall, which looked pretty fucking rough, which was upsetting because it looks like it could be a cool game. Showed off this Final Fantasy game. Like, they just really didn't have a lot, and to spend half of it showing off that game, I feel like they should have had a whole separate release or something of Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah, and Babylon's Fall, I will say that game looked kind of cool. But I don't love that type of like third person almost hack and slash type game.
They make good. I mean, that's the studio that made Nier and stuff.
I mean,
so
and that's why I feel like, because I do want to play Nier, not just so I can look at 2B's ass, but
got that.
I want to say one other thing, and then I want to cut it. I'm getting kind of tired, to be honest with you. Why are they making an Avatar game?
I mean, that's years been coming, man.
Dude, I have no interest in that game at all, and I don't know who gives a fuck about Avatar. And Disney's making a bunch of Avatar movies, and it's like,
well, that's the thing is
why?
They said after the first one came out, it was like there's gonna be 7 movies. We're gonna make all these games, and they never did. So
I don't care, and like, I don't know a single person that's like, dude, I'm so hyped for Avatar. Like,
yeah, I don't know. I think it could be
why?
cool, but I'm not really interested. I mean, if the game comes out and there's like a lot of cool gameplay mechanics, you know, I'd give it a shot. But yeah, Avatar as an IP does nothing for me. So
me neither. And so it was like all over Twitter, and I'm just like, dude, who is this for?
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I will say one thing. Also, I want to say before we cut it, because I know we want to talk about Xbox, so I want to get through that and stuff. But before all this, like first day, opening night live is Jeff Keighley's like start to all this shit.
Here we go.
They showed off some Elden Ring footage,
Oh,
the
they did.
Dark Souls stuff.
Yeah.
You know, the team
That
making
game
this
looks fucking
looks
crazy.
awesome. They released an interview with the creator, and sounds really dope. I'm into it. They also announced a new Borderlands game.
Oh, they did. I didn't know
Tiny
that.
Tina's Wonderlands, which there was a DLC for Borderlands 2 that was like Assault on Dragon's Keep, where she was telling a story like D&D, like she was the dungeon master, and you played through like a fantasy expansion, and that's what this game's going to be basically. So
Yeah.
before any of this other stuff happened, I got 2 games I was super stoked for, so nothing else can disappoint me at this point. We'll see about Nintendo tomorrow, and then,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, Nintendo's
Any
on
final predictions? I know we talked about it last week, but just spitfire.
The only thing I
Rapid
feel
fire.
like is for sure is fucking Shin Megami Tensei 5, as I said last time. You got
I'm hoping for even like a 20-second like Metroid Prime 4. We're still working on it,
that'd be cool.
and then like
Breath of the Wild
just
2, of
something
course.
something Breath of the Wild 2, something Zelda. Even if it's not Breath of the Wild,
Yeah, I think there's a chance.
something Bionicle.
I feel like they probably won't say the release date if they show Breath of the Wild 2, unless that's like the only game that's coming out, you know, soon, because they don't have a lot really lined up right now. So, but we'll see.
Well, sorry to cut it short, but I'm fucking just exhausted right now. I don't know. I just got hit by a wall.
All good, brother. Understood. We'll feel better next week.
Yeah, I'll be tip top next
All right.
week.
Get us out of here.
All right, y'all. Good to see you. Sorry that we're like 10 minutes short than we usually are.
Oh,
but,
no, dude.
It's all good.
Oh
They don't want
my
to hear
God.
us talk about bullshit.
Let's crossing our fingers for E3 Direct.
Hell yeah.
Nintendo. All right.
Games.
Later, fam.
All right, bye.
All right, games. Bye.
Debuff is hosted by me, Steve Skeels, edited and mixed by Mason Carlton. Follow us on Instagram at DebuffPod. That's Debuff, P-O-D. Thanks for listening. I'll see you in the next one.